All right, we know I love baseball before 1950, but today is different. Today is baseball before the internet existed, or at least what we know the internet to be like. Happy April Fool's Day, because we're talking about the legend of Sidd Finch. Sidd Finch is the greatest April Fool's Day story in MLB history. In 1985, it was reported that the Mets had signed Sidd Finch, who was a baseball player out of Old Orchard, Maine. He only wore one shoe when pitching, and it was a heavy hiker's boot. And he was between playing baseball and playing the French horn. And here's where it gets incredible. And Sports Illustrated reported that he could pitch a baseball 168 miles an hour. With pinpoint accuracy and without warming up, he could throw a fastball a 9 on the velocity scale and an 8, the highest possible score on the control scale. This is him. Sounds pretty remarkable, right? Yeah, because the whole thing was made up. The subheading of the article read, "He's a pitcher, part yogi, and part recluse. Impressively liberated from our opulent lifestyle, Sidd's deciding about yoga and his future in baseball." Which, if you take the first letters from every one of those words, it spells out Happy April Fool's Day, a fib. Sidd Finch never existed. He's the greatest baseball player ever to have never, ever existed. But the Mets were all in on this whole thing. Like, they put out pictures of him with, like, Lenny Dykstra, and, like, they give him a locker between George Foster and Darryl Strawberry. They had a press conference for the guy. So people thought he was real. But then they finally announced he wasn't, which was a big disappointment to Mets fans. But if we know anything about Mets fans, is that they are always disappointed. So this wasn't so bad. And a year later, they won the World Series, so who cares? But to this day, Sidd Finch is the greatest April Fool's Day story in MLB history. Make sure you like this video, comment if you really liked it, and follow along for more MLB content. And happy April Fool's Day, especially to Sidd Finch.